Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's April 3rd, 2017. It's halftime of the Men's College Basketball Championship. Just want to document what the halftime score is. Gonzaga is up by 3 points, 35-32. As I've been talking about, Gonzaga, the Catholic school, rigged sports games by the numbers. In gematria, Gonzaga sums to 35, just like the word Catholic. Again, Gonzaga is a Catholic school, a Jesuit school. Last year, Villanova, the Catholic school, defeated North Carolina in the championship, and it was a tribute to Pope Francis of the Catholic Church of the Vatican. In the history of the United States, there's only been one Catholic president, John F. Kennedy, and can you guess what number he was? He was number 35. So also, the sum is 67 total points. North Carolina has 32. Right now, they're sitting on 32 wins for the season. If you add the score, it sums to 67. And I talked about this last night. South Carolina won the college championship in women's basketball. They called them the Lady Cocks. They're the Gamecocks, but ESPN TV commentators reference them as the Lady Cocks. Keep in mind, North Carolina has that bathroom bill thing going on with the transgender that got the NBA All-Star game moved to another city. Talked about these things last night. Anyway, South Carolina won with 67 last night. I talked about how that pointed to today's game. Important number to North Carolina. Here we are at halftime. So anyhow, just wanted to document the score, plus a couple of other things I noticed. Barry, the point guard for North Carolina, after he got his stats right here, they put it up right away. 9 points, 3 assists, which made me smile because today is the 93rd day of the year. North Carolina won the championship in 93. Jordan, the North Carolina alumni, three-peated in 93. If you missed my video on Jordan in this tournament, check it out. North Carolina in 93. The name Dean Smith in gematria equals 93, who won it in 93. Anyhow, today, April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year, 9 points, 3 assists. Barry just had his birthday in the Final Four, North Carolina's last win this weekend. In the stands is John Stockton, Gonzaga alumni, who played for the Utah Jazz. Check this out right here. This stat blew me away when they put this up in the beginning of the game. First, they showed North Carolina 6 field goals by 6 different players, which is pretty rare for this early in a basketball game for 6 men to have scored. That's the 5 starters plus the man they subbed in. Out of the first 7 field goals made, 6 different players. So they put that up. 6 field goals by 6 different players. Then, just seconds later, notice it's 12-21 here, then he ends up throwing the ball out of bounds, so they have to inbound. And while that's going on, they say 11 field goals by 11 different players. So we just had 6 by 6, and then with both teams, 11 by 11, meaning all 11 people who've been in the game up to this point had scored. And why is that so interesting? This is exactly what I wrote about before the tournament even began. These numbers. 6 and 6 is something like 66. Right now, the head coach of North Carolina is 66 years old. If you count every number 1 through 11 and add them together, it sums to 66. So 11 and 66 have a relationship. If you multiply 11 times 11, you get 121, and Roy Williams, from today's game to his upcoming birthday, which is August 1st, is 121 days from today is Roy Williams' 67th birthday. North Carolina 67 points at the half. As I pointed out, I wrote this March 11th. It was the first argument I made for a team to win the championship. When I put out my preview video, I explained why I liked North Carolina, possibly UCLA, but I said I liked Gonzaga a lot to make it to the championship this year and possibly win. You know, Gonzaga's a lot smaller program than North Carolina. And if you're watching the game tonight, doesn't it look... You know, this is the first game that I've watched every second of through the first half. I mean, you can just see that North Carolina is a more talented team. It's like they're toying around. They're taking stupid shots, unnecessary shots. You can just see when they need to put the ball in the basket, they dominate at the rim. They're a lot bigger. They're a lot more athletic. It's just like it's a game. It's a theater performance, so North Carolina is just dinking around to keep the game what it needs to be. Gonzaga with their 35 points at the half. But anyway, I wrote this. Last year I also said why North Carolina looked like they lined up for the championship. So if you read the numbers, you can get close to right. And keep in mind, I'm not following these sports at all. All I know on North Carolina when I wrote this was the name of the coach. I've learned some of the other names following the tournament a little bit. But real quick, in case you didn't see it on the screen, he's going to be turning 67 in 121 days. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible, in Gematria, sums to both 67 and 121. The 66 tribute, 67, 121. 6 players made 7 field goals. So anyway, and as I also explained, if you've never seen any of my work before the tournament began, I said there'd be big Carolina representation because of Trump's big win in the Carolinas in the primaries. Trump's a Jesuit. I said look for the Jesuit school, Gonzaga this year. Or possibly Villanova making it back, but I liked Gonzaga a lot more. A lot lined up for them this year. So this is how it is, Rigged games, we'll see who wins it. Somebody's pointed out a strong narrative for Gonzaga to win. But honestly, I'm going to be surprised if North Carolina doesn't win in light of all the Jordan alignment, the new shoes coming out. We'll see. So there it is, Truth Seeker. Until next time.